and also Mubia, and also Abba. Making Kankakrana Fian Twasso. Free SHS. Prospectus. Other expenses incurred by parents outweigh government spending. Menkaya semno also the
say headline na kan na mama yehu atu any just say abura band yes me boy
eburu abandi no
eburu aban ahwo aban spend aban eka obo sorry yeah thank you.
A study conducted by Africa Education Watch,
okay,
an educational civil society organization, has revealed that expenses on prospectus and other items by parents outweigh the cost incurred by the government under free senior high school program. Africa Education Watch observed that the government's average spending per student for boarding was 1,147 and day 1,107. The education think tank stated that parents spend 2,477 on prospectus for their awards in boarding schools and an additional 4,000 Ghana cedi on other personal items, including 60% on provisions, 10% on transportation, 10% on books, 10% on upkeep, and 10% on personal effects like toiletries, sanitary pad, among others during the 2022-23 academic year. Mr. Divine, Senior Programs Officer at Africa Education Watch, made the presentation during a conference on education financing in Accra. The report focused on the topic, the financial burden of the free SHS policy and the implications for equitable access for education. The cost borne by the government was analyzed using free SHS budgetary allocations and expenditure obtained from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, and Parliament for the academic year 2022-2023. The cost to the parents was analyzed using historical price of prospectus items from the Ghana Statistical Service to cost prospectus obtained from schools. According to Africa Education Watch report, the prices of the prospectus increased by 38%, starting from an initial percentage of 36% during the initial implementation stage of the policy. Mr. Kpe stated that parents of continuing day students reported spending an average of 4,400 Ghana cedi annually on their children's education, including transportation 40%, breakfast 50%, books 10%. The think tank in its report also revealed that parents of day students spent 5,507 Ghana cedi inclusive of prospectus, outweighing the government spending of 1,107. The report disclosed that financial constraints contributed to a 15% failure of candidates to honor their admission in the 2022-2023 academic year. I don't get this. What is this report seeking to achieve? That the free SHS is not good, or that parents are paying money?
Of course. Finance Minister could Parliament. I know what kind of budget. One of the years, I mean, year, but one of the years I want to work on for that. Yes, I'm making. Now, some back to your Parliament, and they say, "I dear back free secondary school education." Diaba, and I said, "Diabo, I will want to say, a discovery show mutum. Sikana ne say, and I'm say, I buy a so afa a year. Your friend say school fees who can that they education in Munintino. Woman says the canon by virtue of his analysis and has reversed or has gone back into the pockets of the parents into offering instead of rather incurring costs. That was his analysis. Now you have been made to understand this is a credible entity, Africa Education Watch. I've followed them for some time, and they said they only focus on educational issues. One must say, I buy spending less than 1,300 cedis. So they come in here Less than 1,300 on the student. And we are boarding. And you see, I will only rely on the boarding because that is highest. Boarding need to have more chain day for. So what I say?
Yeah.
Boarding for to have more chain day for.
So 1,147.
Less than 1,200 cities. Crampo. Less than 1,200 cities on I mean per student. And I buy it here. And I see parents spend the same.
In between 4,000 and 4,400.
Into one.
Now you know me cost 4,400.
What appearance and
now you know me come.
China and cousin be away. And I know be friend.
But what they have even failed Hanum to tell us, lawyer. And they say a cost are buying for no. Eduane ho asem so man from a feediama. Bills are buying piano. Insurance kind of
body no.
Clearly.
Now body na somebody and something like a body I fees no. Ah, check it. What's that buying 1,100 and the buying for boarding? Boarding means that we're doing a bit of Biana. That be. I didn't now body house now who did the other separate and let me say you pay everything together.
Then there will be a challenge with the cost.
Which challenge with what cost?
I'm finding the figures never.
Challenge from who? From you or from them? And not from government.
So are you saying say cost boarding 1,147 inclusive air bills any
what my boarding house wouldn't mean Yakobida. Yako boarding now you're offering go to Adrianica separate, your hotels could be separate. You pay everything together.
But what is going into the 40% budget even to what? Yes, sir, be on my banner or my canteen, yes, sir, Tio. The education think tank stated that parents spend 2,477 on prospectus for their awards in 24 million.
Thank you.
77.
Yeah, can sign up. But
let's encourage us to use the news. Don't take political advantage of. Education was in 24 million. Wow.
The
education think tank stated that parents spend 2,477 on prospectus for their awards in boarding schools and an additional 4,000 on other personal items. That one, the cost is not determined by the school or team patrioty. Or say cost ni bini. 10% on transportation, 10% on books. 10% on upkeep, 10% on personal effects like toiletries, sanitary pad, amongst others. Now, so cost to are we saying as parents no? So our responsibility is to get
Is that what they are saying? They have not said that. Parents be young as a buying got to say be separate from penny anymore. Part those you can't say I don't going to buy money, but one cancer. Even though we have had a government who was reasonable enough to think Senkolan being has had in the Antomo, when you come from a month issues were that is the end of the government under John Romani Mama. All right, but people had issues with this, but it's your mind, yeah? As someone here can say the free education has come to stay, yes, but it doesn't mean say and never be a cost when you're my yanka. Apart from even the school yaking, I'm sorry, CSU yaking. This is a story published by Ghana Web. And Tihadin was saying, why focus on access when quality is the problem? Professor Aite on free SHS. Professor Ernest Aite, and I say ex-UG at the University of Ghana Vice Chancellor, has raised concerns over government primary focus on easy access to education instead of making quality education a priority as far as the implementation of the free senior high school policy is concerned. Oko forward, was saying, according to the academician, policy making in the development context is about solving problems. You use policies to solve problems. So if I want to solve problems in education, the first question I would ask myself is, what is the problem that I want to solve? The problem that we needed to solve, as he is saying, which I've said here and I'm going to repeat, is that we need to solve the issue of quality education. Wouldn't we say most of our children don't get easy entry into British universities from secondary school? Unlike so, why?
Quality.
Why? Because I mean, so when you what's secondary school we or pass when you 10 A's, 7 A's, then there is. With me Legon, with me KNUS, with me University of Health and Life Science, Energy and Natural Resources, whichever. With me Mubiabi, UCC, name them. Add didn't want to go university just straightforward. The same university in Abia. I didn't want to go straightforward.
O quality no doubt one.
Who was that?
That
is the fact. That is a fact. So they'll put you on a foundation program before you progress. I'm telling you. They'll put you on a foundation program before you can progress to first year and do your whatever course you want to do. Check it. Is that what we are looking for? This is an academician, somebody who has rose to the ranks and become a vice chancellor of a public university. I mean, the only university in the country. The Akabi for the year. One must say, I didn't know quality education. Now, with the young assassin. To one of your kind, Mammy, I'm born, I'm visiting Sons and Masquerade, Mammy, and the amendments are a kind difference in area. We are saying the same thing. But the question is, I didn't know one more the education ministry, sorry, ministers under this government, and for one attention and course, you have quality more than quantity. I didn't. Okay, so and the BM and the idea was and
to see a mobi.
Nanya no assassin. Send you be undoubted. Who be undoubted that? But then the can say, is it about me going through a school or the school itself going through me to reform me and make me something something that I was not, but now I am. We need quality education on mine. Sabi ya betra ha ya kwotena betre ni ekosua de ya ni abrofo ni edmitwa bi ni mo no. We are coming from somewhere. My mates who know me, what teacher is already me made back gratis so okay. Those one when me a class need that name me from law to whatever, they can attest to it and tell you. Okay? But any money be a can say the can be a young carbon. I didn't even ye. But so be a begin year, see it to me can maybe a tosin one. Why do you think what for me I can't say Yama review? And I say review. Do you think they didn't know what they were talking about? No. We are very well educated. Would they connect something to when you be our Pahuna Bika? Sabi won't be there. Oh, Siamuno. Papa American is a professor NSIT. Obi our vice chancellor, Professor Moa. You think would they have some a trading university? Who are Dr. Unya Professor now? They regard you less. They regard you less into when you're full professor. This is what they are saying. Safo nim therefore no. One what does your pon sa no. Atitim nipam pempem bebre. I say, my attention in quality education, so not necessarily access, or quantity. You think we are not making sense from all this point that we are making? So who was doing said I can because of politics and honestly no why MBP and as anything. Mamma na making us honest way CBP and as this and PNC. Fanotum chanyo. Bible says shirani when you say to tell be so to me near be hu na de bia ko senye no aka ho asem. Whether or not it's MPP, whether or not it's NDC. Sometimes you know me. There are times that I sit and might be on a seat, but I will tell you so where the enya de bit matna abu abaso. I will say it as it is. Was nyenda bia na ye bekata ani obi bi hu. No. Asempetia. But the hair can say the mechanic no man me nko secondary school ni bi mu. But the bimba bi bit me akọ ho
Asempa FM.
Me ofasi bit me akọ ho
Asempa FM.
So what I say, and you see it me can the air question no na ma one more a cabby womu. One more bit my answer can let me again. It's important. Ya nyane sa ya bete tia sa na akoye nko besie. Ya kosan besie na dam. But adia waya no 1 2 3 4 5 years beyond. No, we are never going to do that. We are going to structure it well and ensure say we are going to get the quality now.
So what kind of restructuring?
Oh, na say maternal analysis the
way I work yeah. As if some magic one be mobile access ni be free quality na.
We are not taking off access.
Access ni but within the access na quality na usu ho asem no ebe ba be count there na mo be
and I make sure say we are going to ensure that there will be quality education in the system. Quality education, the teaching, the facilities, so many things comes into quality education. Adia bia be ma akonkwala no epia obetimi wonu so obetimi I mean me joining police from secondary school and that certificates we be na me kutani nyina no I got them mostly after semi joining service no so what I say and me nya no but sabre na me kom no at the age of 21 was say I me do call joining police
Sempa FM.
o mine na me kuta secondary school certificate and me de ko pa adwuma no but na nim dia wo na manya hwe hunu fansa kaman to aso bi mu bi anka ne no ana kam na mu adi de krosa adi adwuma no sabe kusu ewo mu a bi anka no ana kam de kwa don't think be a quality no ana abo mentia because abra ni mu no na ye frɛ bibi escorts and GP escorts ni ye wo mu a ye hunu sase sabi some fancha me as one go school na sabi ye woni school hunu mu de like they cannot read and write so those people are termed escorts into wo no their gradings in the service is different. Anna, one more if some school that secondary school that's the A level people, the O level people, and so gradings are also different. They are called the GPs, the General Police Personnel. And they didn't sakra, but that's how it was. Nowadays, so quality is important. Quality learning, quality teachings, facilities available, everything. Don't just pack them. Now, me University of Law, we were 21 in class. I won't go. University of Law, I know your book was a young. Yes, you are a lawyer for Kuran Pukrano. They 21 in the classroom. They were grouping 21 each in a class. I can show you some of the pictures on my phone. I had a classroom. You group them in a table 7, 3 tables. Each table be a 7, 21 because you sit in a group round, sir. And Birmingham campus, University of Law. Okay? And the air canon, and not the say, young pen say, because I mean, they're not cancel when you got to do a bit with the business work. Now, will be at me, I can who I can kind. None is on the I don't enter, now I enter. No. We want people to be able to know, be able to read, understand, and write, and other, I mean, among others. But when I'm crying, so yes, I didn't so I'm webbing. The idea I can't. Madam be an from this same reporter here, Africa Education World 40. Similar issue we are leading enemy discussing. Oh, Kumasi. Now the Banam Bar Eco School, one of the Central Region girls' schools in Bako. Or can I so met if you go school match was one. Or can be almost if you see go school match no come. One make us Alex. When we say me banner a bay school or never come extra classes. Every subject would you 300 cities.
Inti enono ye a block quality.
And block quality.
A burden on the parent.
Or a burden on the parent. And I may add it to Africa Education Watch. Then I know can.
So responsibility being a parent as a unya and the free teachers. Who say Odo Banoko school now pardon no BB at Tamana.
Who said that? Is that what the parents are saying? I have sat here and told you, sir, your finance minister made us understood, sir. They have rather cushioned parents and rather putting more money in the pocket.
So parents have a responsibility.
Or say they are putting money in the pockets of
parents.
Parents
have a responsibility.
Have they putting money in the pockets of the
and I'm
parents?
saying that parents have a responsibility.
They know it. By virtue of having given birth, it is my responsibility. But has government really putting money in their pocket as they were portraying? That is a very simple question. Use that to counter this segment now.
But for government intervention, so I'm saying, can them in terms of Sikasema, a bed and a tower for.
Okay. And only a saying, what I don't want. Skyrockets and Uncle Babano, Uncle Befan Senaba. Because I buy my outrageous fees that the parents will not be able to pay.
Per this report, you know, as if the parents' responsibility, you know, I'm almost shaking the map by.
They never said that. So I said that maybe.
So what then did this seek to achieve? But how for Boca more than a car Bible?
Because I'm buying the discussion. I shall phone about Tom is our phone 1 hour. Sign of finance minister back in the parliament.
Sign of policy.
Oh. Nani mo asem na American Bible say money dey match and the money and the match one dance. de me hu ya me can for the parliament and the metisa wo kan say wo say wo mo dia sika be sha ba fo botom because free education ba the sika be sha botom amesi e hwan hen hae kobra hwan hen hae and I offers no wafi ya no e and na me no nyina jira bonti ya na kwala etu awo a obaje wo wu na for say and then the water time you we share mo hanne obaje
that was last week.
Ayo last week thank you last week I pause e kan say na me no nyina akwala etu awo woni born suppose say and what do I
But it doesn't take away my bit of the responsibility for me offers.
Who said it is taking it away? Nobody is saying that it's taking it away.
You don't trumpet it as a parent as if say a scene to be a bunch of say me kramitua A and amitua B.
No. Parents have been paying from ab initio. From the beginning, from the starting point of our vote. But in quantum ponu abani trust what this garbage button to me why hammer na watch as anyano grow. Nemo e kakwa mo bona change wo so wo ya de ma wo no.
Kindly ask Honorable Chum.
Yo.
Is he aware former President Mama is on record to have said if he had 2 million cedis, he won't invest all in free SHS. So if this government is spending more than 2 million cedis and we are still getting challenges, then what will happen if we don't invest 2 million in
is the government spending 2 million cedis? What a branch and natural say I no spending 9.7 medasi say and so the question about
who atasa pon say
na de no
obiyano what and I quite remember on to us sabi whilst we are doing that is the true mama activate you on this conversation 0302 just had and just say what I'm buying 0302 216545 0302-216546 na yehwenu si enu abema Pelgrave Boache Dan kwa Babekayes but him say traffic who say bibi I don't know but
traffic
but joining the conversation you know say we are no say try mo say bronya no emo eden wazu di ada say traffic okrom the traffic
na traffic okrom no
we should be doing what you like
me busa no traffic okrom na bronya no me no yadi bi
enye ni bi ba cause traffic
say and the hand na better than traffic need.
Okay, but make a message to see. I started SS in 1994 and completed in 1996.
Right.
Ask lawyer Chum.
Yes, sir.
The number of years I spent and who was the president then. Goku Atasapo. So man, 10% of 4,000 is 400 Ghana cedi. How many parents spend 400 Ghana cedi on sanitary pads and other toiletries? Or doubt it?
Well, and there's nothing wrong to doubt it. I'm saying you're all right to.
And way to say that's so cruel, boss. Say that over 1,000 Ghana cedi could have also been borne by parents if there was no free SHS. Again, won't the parents spend on prospectus if there was no free SHS? I don't get the import of the report. As a matter of fact, that was what I was also asking there. Report on what is he seeking to achieve. I agree with Okonumun Eddie and Omaka. Don't say the name may candy account and only Nana say. Yadi can't buy a man, yes, say. Yadi Sikabashi between say and why he high. But some why he harm me, and that's a walk more than the officer also the Abuamenoa. Indeed, I can you confirm and say, why him and Pampana? Another question is okay, so the coming in common on 0302 216545. And now 0302-216546. Staskia self US Wasadiaba.
Okay.
Senior, let's all agree that the outcome of that research is the truth in all cases. The reality is that, but for free SHS, parents who born those costs would have to pay the cost that the government has decided to bear under free SHS policy.
That is the 1,400 and something.
Are you saying it is nothing to write about?
I'm not saying
that. This report they're correct, yeah. Which may I have my doubts. I still don't believe that.
There's nothing wrong with you having your doubt too. I mean, everything that somebody says is not sacrosanct. I mean, you are right to. To disagree with anything
now
that somebody
tell
says.
Me, which one relieves parents of paying more? So
which one?
Which one relieves?
Okay.
And the parents atria more. Which one?
I still don't get that part.
Okay, so does it come again? So I mean, maybe out of again she say abano. It would be a awful tree no.
No, so who's for instance, me nearby and as Madame Fuya me can as I'm just in a war secondary school. Tell me where you can afford Nico from if I'm not mistaken, almost 3 years now, or about 2, yeah, almost 3 years now. 2020, so 3 years now, yes. Bemani we 2020, so 3 years now. Ana bemani we, and we done kwada me no. And my me no. Ba kon secondary school say am making. Wase wo be fie, Kumasi schools yi ba kon. Kumasi no mo change ho na akwa na abe fie city. I was sort of call school because one thing man be 3 fie for almost 3.5 months ya akwa na ebe 3 fie keke. So it be money. School now, I mean, additional class now, the man to be able to get the quality no for the ban. That's one be free in the school no. Every subject beyond baby, I know we 300 Ghana cedis. Minimum many subjects they are doing today.
Extra classes. It is for a man too. Because timetable no assessor. I'm a number of days almost spent in school. That's what.
Yeah, timetable. Someone na say one who fear kwatana busumi asa kwatana busumi na free education started. I know say yellow green one when ya one cover by here be see. Etinya calendar one be as. Don't better achieve one free education no. Why oba obe dis en busumi. Kono kwatana fi no kwatana busumi asa no busumi bi. Sa na no an ya tin ho be from Napo time to Educhum. Difference when we and I was a business. Me was out. Unyano.
Adom City Estates at the Aquanyaba. One say 1 or 2 bedroom detached and a semi-detached. And one say 3 bedroom detached and a semi-detached. And one say 3 bedroom executive detached. And then so Sikano kuta a free 300,000 Ghana City airqua. Ye see dime or come out toyem asama beer to me at Joe Kama at your own convenience. A gated community a bambo 17 a yadia ebe hardwin cry. Their friends you, their fakania, their community basic schools and quadra bit miako, their post station ho, their choir wine in Yinano, Adom City Estate say this is on any swadi hunum na way anomaya manabemu sudiamao. The 2 bedroom detached and semi-detached, 3 bedroom detached and semi-detached, 3 bedroom executive detached on Zebra na only bidding kitao. Every 300,000 Ghana cedi upwards. From 1 was 0308250068 0308250068 and now say email here info@adomcityestate.com. One website is www.adomcityestates. Now fe what you mean one editing it out. Lawyer Brandon wrap up now fe. Yeah, if you say after 4 bar community beat me afema. Good evening, I to say. Hello? Hello? Unfortunately, MC Ahumano. Hello?
Hello?
Patriotiminka.
Hey, you. How are you, my brother?
Hey.
Papa be so online.
Hey, Papa, na pon ti say.
I'm not going to
na wo ho anu akote wo ho anu ayutiapi.
I'm on town.
I see.
I'm so happy.
I see. You mean
Mr. will be said, what are we going to review? That's the LDC side. My brother, there are lots to review. Going to a school and not having, dormitories to sleep in, you have to review it. Going to a school from what they call it, is it, our friend said, just on the 4th, then you vacate on the 16th. Within how many weeks? 2 weeks. Even we that we went through the Form 5, 1 to 5, you understand me? The what do you call it? The syllabus were not able to complete it. How much more 2.5 years something? My brother, you realize that a lot of things are happening in our education sector that is really negative to the development of our how should I call it, technical or whatever it is, education sector. Or you don't agree with me? Or my name?
Okay, so, Papa Bisu.
Yes. Let me talk to you.
Meti wase na mebusa se enti review na eba no ebi ni de wo he.
Oh, ebi ni de school, like what do you call it, like the teacher said that it was not proper for us or for the education minister to let the kids go to school at this time and then vacate, what do you call it, within 2 weeks. That's number one. Number two, you have to provide the infrastructure for the people. I get it for the students. I get it, my friend. Whereby the head teachers and the headmasters will not be seen as people going against the legal rule. Over 12 headmasters and head teachers, almost a good family, but based on what is happening now, everyone will say corrupt. But they are corrupt. The system is totally bad.
I see.
You understand? The system is almighty. This is a country that we have. We have our kids that will go through the system. We will be leaving the state for our kids, our grandchildren to come and occupy. We need to be serious.
All right, Papa Mamendasi.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Good evening, Apom Tisay.
Yeah, good evening, Ovi.
Patrick Tisay.
Nyamiadum. Oko.
Good, you too.
All right, okay. My Patrick is here on NDC phone. I could see that they are shifting the conversation to quality education. Okay. Yeah, please. But Obi, you're too Ebe yanka bisani say apa manya ena apa yilo. Honom no SHS kusa ewo honom. Ajedin yilo honom kru agugu. Ewo apa yilo. Ena apa manya nso ya asesewa school. Na bisani say omo ba be si community day school no. That time no. Na asesewa school. Na ewo category B, which means a lacking infrastructure. Go see community day school no ewo obopan. Whereby obopan community no. That community no. Number of students graduated from JSS no. It's less than 40. As it's a what school actually no. Why didn't you send that?
So maybe the argument is not about access. Nyamiadum, they have aligned, say access, there's no problem. The challenge now on raise quality.
It's quality. Yes. And I'm saying, why didn't they send it there to upgrade as it's a what school? Because those times who course it's a what school are not chalk. Chalk no more the child was at school no more. Mimi sukwa mi koye. Mimi nya admission ko school no more. Na mi who say obi clear the marker. Child and pupin. And then course at school no more and see the modern science lab. Science lab I use to ye obi do school dynamo we slept outside. I paid 19 to 20 million admission fees. Prospectus over 1,200 every 3 months. School fees 700. Obi. So if these people are there talking of quality, then they should be ashamed of themselves. And then only not on a pump. Why lawyer?
Yeah, to you know so the coffee baby. Yeah, the chum. The way they also so wish they didn't. Yeah. Bribia didn't come on my saying come on. Lawyer Memo. No, but I have to protect you because when I'm told suffering.
I'll not be through.
All right. Good evening, Apom Tisay.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, Apom Tisay.
Program you know for quite some time. Unfortunately, answer be to what the definition of quality is about the free education again. Yes, there is so much that looks like people can will become severally about it, trying to bring this to what they mean by quality. And I mean, can not become so more definition of review here. I'm enjoying the program, but when it do want to have me for class because I don't get the sense for your question like what does quality here mean? What is the definition of review? It's painful for me. On your feet.
Okay. So two things: their definition for quality or the understanding of review. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Bye.
Mama Fanny Pabe me and Sana maybe you Medina if you back to studio.
Hello.
Yeah, Dominic. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
You're from Isaac in Casa Fituma.
Oshia.
Baby, I will call also.
Namanadum.
What's all the kind? The man some now okay there. Mama said there. Own to me 2 billion of
2 million.
2 billion and a million. Also on for 2 billion on SHS. All the caucus has some no. If you auto review, that quality na work no. Teachers na wo good school home no. One also produce quality. And as a woba for teacher fufu bia woba your quality work. Masa mama yenhwe no journalist mama yenhwe ni NDC fu they are polluting the system.
My prescription patronim. My prescription what darma what me achirem kama inti ene waka teacher for asem waka a former president ono so nkomo bia wadi inti wo wadwenem no NDC for ye Ghana fu inti se ene omo nya adwene a ede inti ne ene omo nya adwene we should not be seen to be attacking whilst we are not prescribing solutions and they're the best for us as a country. So what do you think should be done? Because all kasa nyina say ampa oji access nipa dodo na anya kwanya ewura sukuu no o say perfect ana wako to animdiefo bi ni abenfo bi wo enwoma suamu say san kofo we kura gitum say ampa nipa dodo na anya akwanya ewura SHS nim nemom baby ayato sinkese no the friend adisua papa I be man tete papa ade ye mbofra na ba bonten
masa adisua papa no one am no also what adisua papa ya chechefo the man penifu na what say quality no the man penifu no this one say quality no also what accident because say ye diago masa free SHS no that's why say nkofunu do so what yema eskafun bankuti won che ade NDC fo eye won ye on say sisa MP bia anwa wo fe na parents no woko wodo woka bi so woska this are the problem NDC fo face but masa NDC fo yeti one journalist me pamocho yeti one Oman yobo adibia enye one na was starting anan na one year no wobo boegu moso wo polluting system no in such a way say wasma wo kan wo bekeda no kwa
all right
na mapa mo cho
okay
mo bon yen hwe when this phone we are poisonous
Debbie is a political party wadaruma thank you for offering shout there nipa mienu twema me afia wia good evening apom ti say
good evening we have recorded
oh nyame adom boko
but me din di champagne phobia me ba so me na topic am discuss no e party ma bi fun na ma e ti fon te won na de ba kwa na nke me hwe san ko be ni say so bi fra no bi san say ne ba ko bi ana say onu amoku bi na nko che na adwen a no wa tinya train properly no hu ne wo school ho hwe me ni ba ko fra say onu ko school asese wa o je no just school fees 700 ni ade me ba ko school wa ko reach obo akola ni ko school no press photo say di ma me ko to me wi na boka 65 million no me ba ni ko school ni first time no ko no
6,500
na me boka 6,500 e ka me boy na before akola no every school no say inu kwa na wo no aban ni kan tire yo o meka so ya fa bibia wo ko do on ma textbooks headmistress ni headmaster ni wo better like I say textbooks na bi wo better 2 years kwa na mai enti no say uma about the textbooks one to be amana o better wa o nsu ade school uniform e bi wo better 2-3 years kwa na mai enti akola no one to be amana o better wa ta better 2 years kwa na school ataro onye bi she me ko me ba atiko ta me pamba ko ba ko 4 ene ma no if you check kwa me pamba ko ba ko 3 ene ma no me wi so akola no ko school ni first semester no ko e no ko di 1 month 2 weeks and obey fee no obey 2 months 3 weeks me ko register classes e wa motor school e man o mo give me 1,000 Ghana and me ko register until imagine say me no also 700 no so that me use school fees no ko di 3 months and 4 months na ya give 700 series na this year no me ba me e ko do 1 month and 2 weeks no aba na ma ko 1,000 Ghana e na ko classes no se fancy say you school fees and the size can be school fees no ko di be say 4 months no ba and can vazo ni so nti obi ho ni bank obi nti onu ba no dey politics omo mi say ya ma hwe di make say me bana ba November mu no bae anka so omo ba December we mu by yesi school ni nsuo ma ena aduane so assorti nti headmaster omo frɛ PTA ne ko na headmaster ni tu anim sɛ on pese akola bi ko kurum so kubu nsuo na okwa on ma na etine bi akola na ma ba ye school so asem nti no pese omo gya akola no kwan nti omo ka cha ofo no mo ka cha ne ati ase se men frank na me ba etime ba bi ko bu nsuo obo kurum na okɔhye be ma bi wo se mba nso oba se me huni bi ma afɔ ko bisa ne nti ama akola no kwan a omo ti fie oh nti school obi anka se enye o be kwan a ye for so ye running school no and every semester we are mature PTA levy. Mature PTA levy 100 Ghana. We is also to for common enrollees are 20 cities. We are also to teacher motivation and so 100 cities. I look our price and 2 point something. And this over on the bank of about politics is not the kind of as I am not coming. No, I know you so too much. Oh, the amount of next year about to abandon. This year no March 13 times you say press what no man with the limit about. I don't think the other last year since I came farmer. And I have book up the breed, and I do ever to abandon Santino. Move as some now for the day, and your man Mujo. I am also. I am Munko Skumona, Munko Bisa. Okay. I want the radio to us a would report or who are reported if you are. If you are not on the bank of Bitino, or no obedient victims or can be there, Robabeka. Munko Skuna, Munfra, for Mumakobi, and Camun Samuel. All right. Why? That's on your course of the time.
Medasipi. Yedibesi chum so oh yes you for friend back. Is you for friend back so na fi yen wrap up na chum so mouse so in the classroom. Na no results had be na ye.
Oh no send me forgetting na no there.
No results have chum die. Forgetting no case wa kona even with markers no.
Catch no say no no bon big match na tell dia ma na pass the school.
On can say wa bon.
What's my oh
na o see the pani bi wo ho.
O my we say
me first call na we.
Me can first only we no. Me can go me no say ma bon na say match dem man second school ko no wa pass the chance.
Yen fa we ni enko Ofrenia utwa to Patrick Fro saying
Patrick me din the Kwabena mention.
Oh okay, Kwabena it you.
Okay. Asema o panel say can chumbe my candy no correct. Meme refer various angles. Access ne dey or but in terms of quality no your friend kwala say your schools to create 12 on 10. Omo private enterprises into me employ omo schools ne channel out because material omo de omo banankasa enye akwala no be pie ni bia o feel say so wonya enye no owo into private companies cry and I believe you can do your survey across MTN omo samboka any training nkofo free schools here at all the levels enye only SHS. Enti ye hwele say access obi anya kwan no monfa nko bebre sana eno so amwaye. I think the whole perspective na see a shift to quality no so o man no aban krent me absorb nkwala bebre. We need some of them to be entrepreneurs so don't bit maybe be enyuma but when you say quality education na uti dem ko set on any business nim de ni ho. So how do they then create jobs and as someone bit make grow jobs as local people? I bit match other West African countries so the quality aspect of it, I think we should take all of this partisan politics out and focus on that because in the past Ghana has been known for that. It is most of the Ghanaian people were in Nigeria as teachers and the rest. Other West African countries, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana teachers, because they got that quality education. In this era, you can't speak of the same. Did you say anything? All
right, Kwabena Nasi, thank you so much for your contribution. Just wrap up for me.
I mean, I accept all the views that came. The personal attacks and whatever I accept them, and it's part of and so on. It's okay to get that, but let us establish on record, say, a bra na O level woho, a bra na A level woho, 6th form, secondary school, normal secondary school that didn't know na obi ko school 1 month academic, I mean term no, nanya 1 month. no being co school 2 weeks said a professor about the friend or can in the body HW. No being co school 2 weeks emetrafi. It would yet now won't ye. No, you say your politics in Tino. What the OVM women have been to a partner, the partner come once now over to ya. And I was main cause secondary school.
But the issue is,
and I mean cause secondary school to be.
But the issue is review.
But yeah, come somewhere review. Good. I'm probably the question. My nothing now. I'm going to answer everyone. So I'm into one review. The next point. Community day school branch been on no attack on Bekan. Mammy educating or no so I mean money education. Ye casa community day school and trust say who see school nasi a chim abumpe. Na chim abumpe na was nipa 2,000 a real school for once and what community day school for. And you answer what you know. Nancy what you say, Ukobrutra, and yet Timpo. Thank you, Timopa attention. Thank you very much. And yet Timopa attention. Met Birmingham. In Birmingham, they run community schools. What it means is that in that enclave, no free one cost will be a community. Okay, so they are asking, they are Birmingham and Casa, they are Hockley, they are name them all those community. What Birmingham for Sabia can ha, Yasabia, or Dotico community, they are I mean, Ni Manu and Wine, said enclave, no, Yamamo community school, maybe a drive from way, and as I'm away.
It is surroundings.
It is surroundings, the moment school
target, yeah.
Go to America, we'll be in free New York, Long Island, and go to Manhattan. It doesn't work that way. You school within your communities because grade is in Abia, then within that enclave now I will live in. And that is a rationale behind community schools. Okay? And Tian Kasa, na school be see as a na young go see additional infrastructure to her, and you go see their secondary school by Buffalo. You don't see the rationale behind it because you don't understand it. And that is why I'm trying to explain to you. I mean, a Timopan attention. Lastly, no man be say, Papa Penny before not say, Minyam, I was meeting channel the review no ADNE. Is he opening? See, I can say reviewer, you have to review the educational system. No, it's not just about say, you can say review, but so many things goes into it. Remember, just about 4 things. But one, effective teaching or teachers. I be no more much like ye. Mini of was say na emre abasen kwa na Ghana ha wo mu akọ school awie timi akọchira de o hene me wie secondary school chade akro and secondary school kwa last na chade nimsa private schools are 100. Do you think they now employ secondary school to go and teach them? No, they are not, because they are not getting that quality to be able to impact that knowledge on the younger ones. Number 2, the curriculum design. How can somebody go to school for 2 weeks, 1 month, and come and stay home for 3 months? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't. So this is part of the review. Again, student-centered learning is part of the thing that we need to inculcate in our educational system to ensure that it will, bring out effective teaching and then learning, and at the same time, when you're a very quality student. Lastly, resources and infrastructure. Do you think that currently the CIT I can say? Senka infrastructure no anka do to around the school traffic light.
But adequate.
Do you think they would have run the schools on traffic light?
But
so do you think they would have run the schools on traffic light?
Not true.
They wouldn't. And one of the rationale, one of the steps that you will take during the review, you will ensure that there will be, adequate infrastructure to be able to accommodate the numbers that you are picking. Not that you're the plywood. Dining horse, when you go to Nengo 42, your course could be and